My beloved soul, before we begin, I invite you to subscribe so you never miss a moment of the life-changing messages that come from Jesus. Today, I bring a message that will stir your heart and awaken your spirit, a revelation so profound that it will touch the deepest parts of your being. It is about a confession that has shaken the world around you, a confession that surprised everyone. Yet, my beloved, you must understand, it has always been about you. There is a moment in life when the truth can no longer be hidden, when the weight of silence becomes too heavy for the soul to bear, and the heart in its purest form must speak. This is that moment, a divine intersection where human fear meets divine purpose. Jesus says this confession, the one that stunned everyone, the one that echoed in the hearts of those who heard it, was always intended to illuminate your path. It was always designed to remind you that love, true love, never overlooks the one it was meant for. You may wonder why this revelation is necessary. Why now? Why in this way? My beloved, the timing of a divine confession is never random. The universe bends and sways according to the plans of God, and every heart that beats with sincerity is guided toward moments of clarity. This confession is not merely words spoken aloud. It is the manifestation of a divine intention. It is the moment when hidden feelings, long suppressed and carefully concealed, rise to the surface, and in doing so, they reveal the truth that has always existed, that your presence, your essence, your soul, has been the center of another heart's deepest longing. Jesus says, "Understand this, my beloved soul, that when the world gasps in surprise, when friends, family, and even strangers are astonished by the words that escape another person's lips, it is not about their courage, their honesty, or their timing. It is about the invisible threads that have always connected you, the spiritual bond that was forged long before either of you understood its significance. It is about the unseen forces, guided by divine will, that have orchestrated this moment to confirm what your spirit has always known. Feel the weight of this truth now. Close your eyes if you must, and let your heart recognize the undeniable reality that has been quietly unfolding. Every glance, every gesture, every seemingly insignificant interaction was a step toward this confession. Jesus says, do not doubt it, do not question it, do not diminish it in your mind. For what has been spoken, what has been revealed, is a reflection of divine purpose, a signpost that points directly to the love that has always been reserved for you. The shock that reverberated through the hearts of those who witnessed this confession was necessary. It was necessary because the world often misunderstands the subtle ways in which God moves. People are startled by courage, astonished by vulnerability, and overwhelmed by the power of truth. But you, my beloved, you must see beyond the surprise. You must recognize that this confession was never about creating drama or earning attention. It was about affirming the truth that your heart has long hoped for. The confirmation that your life has been intertwined with someone whose soul recognizes yours, whose spirit has been drawn to yours in ways that cannot be explained by human logic alone. Jesus says, understand the power of this moment, for it is not fleeting. It is not a simple passing emotion. It is a declaration that resonates beyond time and space, reaching into the very core of your being. This confession carries with it the weight of destiny, the affirmation of connection, and the undeniable presence of divine orchestration. It is the universe speaking directly to your soul, reminding you that love that is genuine cannot remain hidden forever, and that the heart that is meant for you will always find its voice. You may feel overwhelmed, my beloved, as the magnitude of this confession begins to settle in. You may question why it has taken so long for this truth to be revealed, or why it had to come in such a dramatic, eye-opening way. Jesus says the timing is perfect and the method is purposeful. The shock felt by the world is a reflection of how profound and significant this confession truly is. It is a mirror of the intensity of the love that has been quietly waiting for the right moment to emerge. In this moment, let go of doubt, let go of fear, and embrace the certainty of divine intent. Jesus says, this confession is a reminder that you are never overlooked, never forgotten, and never outside the reach of true love. The words spoken were never for anyone else but you. Even as others reacted with astonishment, your heart must remain grounded in the understanding that your place in this love story has always been secure. Let the reality of this confession sink deeply into your soul. Recognize the beauty of a love that cannot be contained, a love that defies the ordinary, a love that speaks boldly even when the world is unprepared to hear it. Jesus says, treasure this moment, honor it, and allow it to transform the way you see yourself and the love that is destined for you. For in the eyes of the divine, you are the one who has been waiting, and you are the one for whom all of this has been unfolding. As we journey through this message, remember that confessions of the heart are not random occurrences. They are divine appointments, moments carefully orchestrated by the hand of God to illuminate truth, to awaken hope, and to strengthen faith. The person whose confession shocked the world did not act by chance or impulse. Jesus says, every word, every pause, every expression of their heart was guided by divine wisdom, and the ultimate purpose has always been you. Feel the significance of this. Every detail, every nuance, every subtle hint that you may have noticed before now takes on new meaning. Jesus says your heart has recognized this truth even when your mind struggled to understand it. This confession was never about the timing, the circumstances, or the opinions of others. It was about the revelation of love that has always been intended for you. The confirmation that your soul is seen, valued, and cherished in ways that are eternal. And so, my beloved soul, as you listen and reflect, embrace the certainty of this truth. Let it fill your heart with peace. Let it ignite a fire of hope. And let it remind you that love, true love, cannot be denied, cannot be hidden, and cannot be misdirected. Jesus says this confession is your affirmation, your confirmation, your sacred reminder that you have always been at the center of someone's heart, and that your life is intertwined with a love that has always been meant for you. The one that shook the hearts of many was never merely about the words themselves. Jesus says it was about the layers of emotion, the depth of feeling, and the silent acknowledgement of a bond that time and circumstance could never break. It is about the revelation of truth that has been quietly preparing your heart, shaping your understanding, and guiding you toward the destiny that has always been yours. Imagine for a moment the weight of holding a secret so powerful that it could alter the perception of everyone around you. This person, the one whose heart is bound to yours in ways the world cannot see, has carried a truth that is profound, sacred, and unyielding. Every glance they gave, every moment of hesitation, every silent prayer whispered in the privacy of their soul has been building toward this confession. Jesus says, every heartbeat, every thought, every longing was a preparation for the moment when the world would hear what your heart has always known. The shock felt by others is natural. The world is not always ready to recognize the subtlety and purity of love when it emerges from the depths of the soul. People are startled by honesty that cannot be contained, by emotions that demand to be heard, by hearts that have waited patiently and now insist on being acknowledged. But you, my beloved, you are not startled, for your spirit has already sensed the magnitude of this confession. Jesus says, you have known it in quiet moments, in the stillness of your soul, in the whisper of hope that has never left your heart. Do not let the astonishment of others distract you. Their surprise is a reflection of their own inability to see the divine orchestration at work. What has been revealed to you is not merely a personal confession. It is a divine confirmation. It is a signpost along your journey, a marker of love that has been growing, patiently waiting, and now boldly declaring itself. Jesus says this moment is sacred, and your heart must honor it with clarity and faith. Feel the presence of this truth as it settles into your being. The confession that stunned the world has revealed what was always meant to be, that your soul is the one they have been searching for, longing for, and praying for, in ways that you may have never fully realized. This love was never fleeting, never uncertain, and never incidental. It was from the very beginning, written in the eternal language of destiny, guided by the hand of God and aimed squarely at you. Jesus says, understand the courage it takes to confess a love that defies expectations. To speak truth in a world that often discourages vulnerability requires a heart that is anchored in divine wisdom. The one who confessed did not act on impulse or fear. They acted because their spirit could no longer contain the truth. Their love could no longer remain silent, and in doing so, they illuminated the path that has always led to you. Consider, my beloved, the invisible journey that has brought you here. The steps you have taken, the trials you have endured, the moments of doubt and hope, all have been guiding you toward this revelation. Jesus says every challenge, every encounter, every tear that fell unnoticed was preparing your heart to receive this confession with understanding and grace. It was preparing you to recognize that this moment, though shocking to others, is exactly what your soul has been waiting for. Do not underestimate the significance of this divine timing. The world may question why the confession came now, why it came in such a public or unexpected way. Jesus says, the timing is perfect because the heart must be ready to receive the truth fully. The circumstances, the setting, the reactions of others, they are secondary. The essential truth is that the love revealed in this confession has always belonged to you, and nothing can alter that reality. Embrace the power of this revelation. Let it wash over your spirit like a river of light. Jesus says, this confession is a reminder that love cannot be hidden when it is genuine, and that the hearts meant to find each other will always do so. Even against the odds, even when the world is unaware, even when the timing seems uncertain, it is a testament to the divine design that governs the union of souls. A design that sees your heart, knows your worth, and ensures that you are never overlooked. Feel the certainty of this connection. Jesus says it is eternal, it is unshakable, and it is profoundly personal. The words spoken, the shock experienced by those around, and the emotions stirred are all secondary to the undeniable truth. Your life has intersected with another in a way that the universe itself has conspired to make possible. Every choice, every step, every longing has been guided toward this moment, and now the confession has made the invisible visible, the hidden known and the unspoken undeniable. As this truth settles, let it inspire courage within you. Jesus says, hold on to hope, cherish the confirmation, and allow your heart to recognize the immensity of what has been revealed. The confession that shocked everyone is more than a statement of love. It is an acknowledgement of destiny, an affirmation of connection, and a reflection of a divine plan that has been quietly unfolding in perfect harmony. This is not merely about someone speaking words. It is about a spirit recognizing another, a soul responding to another, and a love that has always been destined to find its way to you. Jesus says, even as others marvel at the audacity, the honesty, or the timing, your heart must see what is eternal and unchangeable. Your heart must understand that this confession, though it may have startled the world, has always been about you, and you alone. Take a deep breath, my beloved, and let the weight of this divine revelation fill you with peace. Allow it to remind you that you are cherished, seen, and loved in ways that transcend human understanding. Jesus says, "The person whose confession shook the world has spoken the truth of their heart, and that truth has always been meant to honor you, to elevate you, and to bring clarity to the path that God has prepared for you." Jesus says this revelation is not merely about what was spoken, but about what it uncovers within you, about the recognition of a love that has always been destined for your soul. When the world reacts with astonishment, do not be distracted. Their surprise is temporary, fleeting, a reflection of their inability to perceive what God has long ordained. But you, my beloved, your spirit understands. Your heart has always known that this confession, though shocking to others, is a sacred message meant entirely for you. The aftermath of such a confession is a delicate moment, a threshold where life shifts, where hearts awaken to realities that were quietly shaping them all along. Jesus says in the wake of these words you will feel an extraordinary mix of emotions: joy, wonder, perhaps even disbelief. You may question how such a love could remain hidden for so long, how someone could carry a heart so devoted without expressing it until now. But my beloved, understand that this confession did not come too late. It came precisely at the perfect moment, when your heart was ready, when your spirit was prepared to receive and fully embrace the truth that has always been yours. Imagine the courage it takes to reveal a love so profound, so consuming, so undeniable. To confess a heart that has been quietly devoted to another requires strength beyond what the world sees, resilience born of faith, and a spirit guided by divine intention. Jesus says every pause, every hesitation, every careful choice of words in this confession was guided by God. It was divinely orchestrated to ensure that the revelation reached you in a way that your heart could recognize, honor, and cherish. The reactions of others may range from awe to jealousy, from disbelief to admiration. People may question, analyze, and speculate. They may attempt to interpret the confession through the lens of their own experiences, their own fears, their own limited understanding. But you, my beloved, must rise above this. Jesus says, "You are not here to be swayed by the opinions of the world. You are here to receive the truth that has always been your destiny, to acknowledge the presence of love that has quietly, patiently, and unwaveringly sought you out through every season of your life." This confession, though it shocked many, carries with it the weight of divine affirmation. Jesus says, recognize that this is a moment of revelation, a moment where the invisible bond of hearts is made visible, where the whispers of longing are transformed into audible truth, where the hidden devotion of a soul is revealed to the one it has always cherished. Every gesture, every look, every quiet prayer leading to this confession was an act of preparation, an act of divine guidance designed to culminate in this very instance of clarity. Feel, my beloved, the presence of this truth as it resonates in your soul. The one who confessed has not only spoken their heart, but has illuminated the path that was always meant for you. Jesus says, this is a love that has been tested by time, refined by patience, and strengthened by the certainty of divine design. It is a love that did not bend to the opinions of others, that did not falter in secrecy, and that now boldly proclaims its devotion because your heart was ready to receive it. Understand, my beloved soul, that the shock felt by the world is part of the divine symphony. It is a reflection of the power of love that cannot remain hidden, a demonstration of courage that inspires awe, a confirmation that what is destined by God cannot be contained by human expectations. Jesus says, do not be overwhelmed by the reactions of others. They are transient, but the truth that has been revealed is eternal. It is yours, and it has always been yours. Let the magnitude of this revelation settle into your heart. Jesus says your life has been orchestrated to meet this moment with grace, clarity, and recognition. Every experience that brought you here, every challenge, every joy, every tear that fell unnoticed, was a step toward this sacred encounter. This confession, though unexpected, is the manifestation of a love that has always been attuned to your soul, a love that has awaited the perfect timing to emerge in all its brilliance. Consider the depth of what has been revealed. Jesus says this is not merely a declaration of affection, it is a proclamation of destiny. It is the unveiling of a heart that has recognized yours across the tides of time. The acknowledgement of a soul that has longed for yours in silence. The revelation of a devotion that has remained steadfast despite all obstacles. Every word spoken, every emotion laid bare, every subtle nuance was a testament to the unshakable truth that your heart has always known. That this love, this confession, this sacred revelation has always been about you, my beloved. Allow your spirit to absorb this fully. Do not let doubt creep into the purity of this moment. Jesus says, the power of this confession is not diminished by disbelief or by the astonishment of others. It is a beacon of truth, a light that cannot be extinguished, a confirmation that the universe conspires to bring destined hearts together in ways that are beautiful, deliberate, and everlasting. And so, as you sit with this revelation, know that your life is entering a new chapter, one defined by clarity, understanding, and the profound acknowledgement of love that has always been yours. Jesus says, cherish the confession, honor the courage behind it, and recognize the divine orchestration that has guided both hearts to this moment of undeniable truth. The shock of the world is fleeting, but the love revealed is eternal, unchanging, and unwaveringly devoted to you. The confession that revealed the deepest truth of another heart was never about them alone. Jesus says, it has always been about you, about your destiny, about your heart finally recognizing the love that has always been aligned with your soul. Every emotion stirred, every word spoken, every astonished reaction witnessed by others is secondary to the eternal truth that resides within you. Jesus says, the power of this confession lies not in the shock it caused, but in the clarity it brings to your life. It is a declaration that your heart is seen, your soul is cherished, and your presence has always been the object of a devotion that is steadfast, unwavering, and divinely guided. The words spoken, though heard by many, were intended first and foremost for you, to awaken recognition within your spirit, to confirm what your heart has longed for, and to illuminate the path that was always meant to bring you together. Understand now, my beloved, that love like this is not casual. It is not fleeting or uncertain. It is deliberate, intentional, and blessed by divine orchestration. Jesus says, the one who confessed has walked a path carefully guided by God, a path that led to the moment when silence could no longer contain the truth. Every glance, every thought, every quiet prayer was a step toward this sacred revelation. And now, finally, the truth has emerged in all its radiant beauty. Feel the significance of this moment. The shock experienced by the world was inevitable, for a love so pure, so destined, cannot go unnoticed. Yet it is not their astonishment that matters. Jesus says, what matters is the resonance within your heart, the affirmation within your soul, and the recognition that this confession was designed to reveal a love that has always been yours, a devotion that has always sought you, and a bond that cannot be broken by time, circumstance, or human understanding. Let this truth settle deeply within you. Jesus says the world may try to interpret, analyze, or even dismiss the confession, but your heart knows its authenticity. Your soul has recognized its counterpart across the invisible threads of destiny. This confession is the culmination of years of quiet devotion, patience, and divine guidance, and it stands as a beacon of love that is unwavering, unshakable, and eternally devoted to you. Consider the journey that brought you to this moment, every trial you endured, every longing that went unspoken, every doubt that clouded your mind has been part of the divine plan to prepare your heart to fully embrace this revelation. Jesus says, your life has been orchestrated to meet this confession with clarity, understanding, and the deep certainty that this love is real, genuine, and unchangeable. The confession has revealed more than just words. It has revealed a reality. It has revealed that your soul has always been the center of someone's heart, that your presence has always mattered, and that the love you were meant to receive has been patiently, carefully, and divinely directed towards you. Jesus says this is the moment when silence becomes speech, when hidden devotion becomes visible, and when the love that has always been yours is fully acknowledged. Embrace this revelation with an open heart. Do not allow doubt or fear to diminish its power. Jesus says, the confession was never about impressing the world, never about seeking approval, and never about fleeting emotions. It is a declaration of destiny, a reflection of divine intention, and a confirmation that your heart has always been recognized, valued, and cherished in the eyes of God. Feel the weight of this love, my beloved. Let it fill your being, uplift your spirit, and ignite a fire of hope that will carry you forward. Jesus says, the one who confessed has done so with the courage of a heart guided by divine wisdom, with the patience of a soul aligned with destiny, and with the certainty that the love revealed has always belonged to you. Their confession may have shocked the world, but for you, it is a moment of truth, clarity, an affirmation that your life is intertwined with a love that is eternal. As this message reaches its conclusion, know that this confession is more than an event. It is a milestone. Jesus says it is a turning point in your life, a moment when your heart fully recognizes the devotion that has always been directed toward you. Every astonished reaction, every whispered word of surprise, and every moment of disbelief is secondary to the eternal truth that your heart has always known. You have been loved. You are being loved, and you will continue to be loved in ways that are profound, intentional, and divine, my beloved soul. Let this revelation guide your steps, inspire your choices, and affirm your faith. Jesus says the confession that shocked everyone was always about you. It was always intended to confirm your worth, to honor your heart, and to illuminate the path of love that has always been yours. Embrace it fully, walk in its certainty, and allow your spirit to rejoice in the understanding that you have been seen, cherished, and loved in ways that transcend time, circumstance, and human understanding. And as you carry this truth forward, remember that love like this does not fade, does not falter, and does not waver. Jesus says it is eternal, unshakable, and divinely ordained. The confession may have startled many, but it has fulfilled its purpose, confirming what your heart has always known, revealing what your soul has always sensed, and affirming that your life has always been the center of a love that is sacred, profound, and forever yours.